I noticed the closet door because it didn't sound right. It wasn't loose, or warped, or old. The sound was wrong in a more subtle way, hollow, but deeper than it should have been. Like knocking on something that was pretending to be solid. I'd lived in the apartment for nearly 4 months by then. Long enough to know the noises. Long enough to stop noticing the layout. Nothing in that place surprised me anymore. Until that morning. I was putting on a jacket, half awake, when my knuckles brushed the inside wall of the closet. It echoed. At first, I told myself it was just thin drywall. Cheap construction. The kind of thing you only notice once and then forget about. But later that day, I pulled out the floor plan from my lease agreement. Bedroom. Bathroom. Kitchen. Living area. Closet. No extra space. No margin. And yet, the wall behind the closet was too far back. I measured it 3 times. There was a difference of almost 2 feet. That night, I didn't sleep well. Not because I was scared, not yet, but because the apartment felt misaligned. Like a picture frame hung crooked by just enough that your eyes keep returning to it. At 2:17 a.m., I woke up. I didn't sit up. I didn't move. I just listened. The silence had weight to it, pressed against my ears. And then I heard something shift. Not a sound, exactly. More like pressure changing. Like a space adjusting itself carefully. From the direction of the closet. The next morning, I opened it fully. Nothing looked different. Same shelves. Same hanging rail. Same shadowed back wall. I pressed my palm against it. The surface was cold. Too cold. And when I leaned closer, I realized the sound wasn't coming from inside the wall. It was coming from the other side. I brought the recorder with me that evening. I didn't know why. I just felt like I needed proof, of sound, of thought, of myself being awake and rational. I pressed record before opening the closet. My voice sounded normal. "This is probably nothing," I said. "Old building. Measurement error." The words felt rehearsed. Like I'd said them before. When I pushed on the wall, it moved. Not much. Just enough. The room behind it wasn't dark. That was the first thing that confused me. There was light, dim, gray, without a visible source. It didn't cast shadows properly. It just existed. The space itself was small. Narrow. Bare. No furniture. No windows. Just walls that didn't quite meet at right angles. I stepped inside. The air felt stale, like a place that had been closed but not forgotten. Behind me, the closet wall slid back into place without a sound. I stood very still. The recorder picked up my breathing. I noticed something then, something subtle, but impossible to ignore. The room wasn't empty. It was arranged. The walls bore faint marks, like scuffs or measurements. Not random. Deliberate. Repeated at specific heights. At my height. I swallowed. "This room isn't on the floor plan," I said quietly. The recorder clicked. As if acknowledging the statement. I backed out slowly. The wall opened again with the same careful resistance, like it had been waiting. That night, I reviewed the recording. Most of it was silence. But at 2:18 a.m., there was a sound I didn't remember hearing. A soft dragging noise. And a second set of breaths. Not overlapping mine. Timing itself between them. I didn't open the closet again for 2 days. During that time, the apartment felt different. Not hostile. Attentive. Like something had noticed my awareness and was adjusting accordingly. The silence arrived earlier. Around 11 p.m. No outside noise. No building hum. Just the faint sense of pressure behind the walls. On the third night, the recorder activated itself. I woke up to the red light blinking on my desk. The closet door was open. I don't remember entering the room again. But the recording says I did. My voice was calm. Flat. It fits better now, I said. There was a pause. Then, I didn't realize how much space I was wasting. The sound that followed was unmistakable. Movement. Measured. Careful. As if something else was testing the dimensions. The next morning, I noticed the apartment felt smaller. Not visibly. Functionally. The walls seemed closer. The ceiling lower. The air thicker. When I checked the closet, the wall was solid again. No echo. No give. But something had changed. The measurements matched now. Perfectly. I asked the landlord about renovations. He stared at me for a long moment before answering. There was never a storage room there, he said. Are you sure you're feeling all right? I nodded. I always nodded after that. That night, I didn't wake up at 2:17. I woke up earlier. Because the room behind the closet was being closed. Not sealed. Adjusted. And from the sound of it, something was making sure I wouldn't need it anymore.